So today I'm going to be showing you a few features on Windows 11 that you should probably go ahead and shut off to help optimize your computer, not just for speed, but just to get rid of some annoying notifications and other stuff you overall don't need. So to get started, to begin, what I recommend doing is going to your little bar down here to the Windows icon, right click it, and then from there you're going to want to go to Settings. Once in Settings, you're going to be on System, and then there you're going to want to go ahead and click Notifications. Now once in Notifications, you can go ahead and scroll down, and you'll see that you have all these different icons here of what it's saying it will give you in terms of notifications from specific apps as well as other things. So what you're going to want to do is go over here and scroll all the way to the bottom. Once at the bottom, it's kind of hidden, but you're going to see Additional Settings. You're going to want to click that. Now once in Additional Settings, you'll see right here, Get Tips and Suggestions when using Windows. It's just ways to get the most out of Windows and finish setting up this device. Show the Windows welcome experience after updates and when signed in to show what's new and suggested. So this one you can definitely turn off, and the other two I also turn off because I feel it's just a nuisance and not necessary whatsoever. So just by toggling these, you'll see that you can turn it off or on depending on what your preferences are, but this will get rid of some silly notifications that for the most part you don't need, and it just takes up memory space on the computer and is just annoying in general. Another thing you can probably turn off, for most people at least, is just if you go to Privacy and Security, then once here you're going to see Recommendations and Offers, Device Encryption, Find My Device, all these different settings. But what we're going to want to go to here is under Windows Permissions, and we're going to want to find what exactly we're giving permission to, such as Recommendations and Offers, which let's go ahead and click that. And you can see here you have personalized offers, get personalized tips on ads, and all these different little settings that basically pop up depending on your settings that you currently have. For me, I don't need recommendation, personalized tips, ads, or anything based on my Windows activity. That's just taking up our data and our privacy and our security overall. And we're just giving it information that we don't need. I don't need advertisements, neither do you for the most part, I would assume, but that's just an easy thing you can go ahead and turn off and help your computer's overall optimization and stop with the annoying ads and other weird stuff that pop up on your computer. Another little tip I can give you guys to help clean up your Windows device is just to go down to Start menu down here, and you'll be able to see all these different things that, for most people to get annoyed with. It's a recommended box that we just don't need for the most part, and it causes a bunch of, somewhat of a mess. A lot of people don't like that. I personally don't like it either. And what you can do is simply right-click your Start menu, go to Settings yet again. Then we're going to want to go to Personalization when it pops up. So we're going to try to find our Personalization section, which is right here with the little paintbrush. And then from there, you're going to want to scroll down. And this little area called Start right here, you're going to want to go ahead and click that. And then you can toggle off Show Recently Added Apps, Show Recommended Files and Start, and all these different ones that you can turn off that you don't necessarily need. Show websites from your browsing history. We don't need all these things when we're opening up our Start menu. Show recommendation for tips and new apps, show account related notifications. You don't need all these things. Show mobile device and start. We don't need all this. And you can go ahead and turn them all off if you just like me, don't like all that mess when you open up your start window. So you can go ahead and minimize that and go ahead and see what it looks like. And then just like that, you can see it's cleaned up. And that's just an easy way to clean up the look of your Windows 11 device. Now the final tip I'm going to give you guys just to help optimize your Windows 11 computer is to simply go to your settings again on the Windows button, right click, go to Settings. Then once we're here, we're going to want to find our Apps button. We'll go ahead and click that. And then we're going to see here, we're going to try to find which apps are started up the minute we start up the computer, and you can see it right here in the startup section. We're going to go ahead and click that. And then we'll see which apps are actually starting up once we start up our computer. Now, when there's certain apps that begin the minute you turn on your computer, obviously that's going to slow down not only your startup of the computer itself, but just your overall operations while using your computer, because there's things running in the background if you don't turn it off immediately. So we can go ahead and scroll. I have already done this, but for instance, I had my Jagex launcher that was turning on, but you can toggle it on or off like this. And as you can see, there'll be other apps as well, likely for you, that are turning on. without you even knowing it. So for instance, when I start up my computer, I don't need my screen recorder on the minute I start up. I only need it when I'm recording. I don't need Steam to start up because I'm not playing video games the minute I turn on my computer. And Windows security, that's fine. We can leave that on. But beyond that, you're not going to want things starting up. So by simply going to your settings, then the apps section, and the startup section, you can find specifically which apps you want to be starting up. And you can go ahead and toggle which ones you want on or off. And you can also sort them by the status, the startup impact, and the name. But let's go ahead by startup impact. And you see which ones are actually taking up the most space, I would guess, while starting up. And you can go ahead and make a decision if you want to have them on or off. So hopefully you guys found this video helpful. If you did, please like and subscribe, and have a nice day.